That's where the entrance is. We have made progress. It's like walking on the beach, but uphill. When you see this lot here, there must be loads of erosion when it rains, and boulders tumbling down at times. Doesn't look exactly stable. You could get landslides or whatever at any time. It feels like some really heavy rains. That's why when there is a lot of rain they don't allow people up here. So it's dependent on the weather. And it looked like it might rain a bit tomorrow, so I'd better get cracking with it, get my butt up here today. Luckily there was still space. I booked on the website. You can just book it online, 30 quid. So it cost me like €4.50 for the one train, €5 for the other. So I call it €40 in total, plus the driver tip, I guess. Turn the air conditioning up more. That's my tip to the driver. You can see how the trees were flattened out on that hill. Just must have been something spectacular when this happened. Did see that cyclist on the road just now. Still working his way up. So, onwards. Right, you can actually see the soil erosion here, and it's happening before your very eyes. See the stuff tumbling down from time to time. And they do advise you to bring a jacket because the wind can get quite cold up here. Nice cool breeze at the moment. We'll see what it's like when we get to the top. That's the view of Italy from Mount Vesuvius. And some lazy bastard drove up here in his car. I think if you had a surfboard you could just surf all the way down that hill. That'd be awesome. People might complain about the dust that kicks up there. But that's the easy way down. You might get a bit worn out there. Vlog all sorts of stuff up here in the shop, including grog. We'll check that out in a minute. Just take a break here for 5 in the shade, and we shall continue to the top. So we've come further up. Ancient hut that survived somehow amongst all the chaos. He was the one lucky survivor, I reckon. There it is. That is the caldera. So we're standing on the rim. Imagine the amount of rocks and crap that will fly through the air if that explodes again. Apparently the last eruption, I was told, was in 1944 and 26 people died or something. Something like that. So, another place where they're selling stuff, another shop on the hill. This would be the first to go if there was another eruption. You can buy all your trinkets and things here. Unfortunately, my luggage allowance does not allow for any extras, so I'm afraid they've lost out when it comes to souvenirs and things. I've got to pack light. There's even trees that have grown down there, so you can walk all the way around. I don't know how far you can get along the rim, but we've got a limit of 2 hours, and it's taken 25 minutes, half hour to climb up here. So I've got another half hour, then I have to start heading back. Just check out the view one more time on this side. There's nothing obstructing the view here this time. Just imagine if you had a hang glider or a paraglider, you could get down here within a few minutes. Nice cool breeze up here. Some sort of weather station, I'm guessing. which has got stickers all over it. I don't know what these concrete anchor points are here made of. You do have to watch your footing, and you've got to put on some decent walking shoes. Plenty of volcanic rock all over the place. So onwards. We have actually got steam coming out of the side there. So yeah, I guess it is still an active volcano in that respect. That's definitely not dust, that's steam. There's still heat coming out of the ground there. I think they've got some equipment here to measure temperatures and so forth, to just keep an eye on things. But yeah, that was totally unexpected. I didn't expect to see that. Because from the other side you don't see anything, it's like it's totally dead. Look at all the erosion here, it's just washed all the barriers and stuff away. So yeah, bits of this mountain could easily collapse. So onwards to the next point. So that's to climb some man-made steps there to get past this lot. And this is the view. You can see where there's like a fault line running all the way across. See where that line is along the ridge. If this thing blows again, I reckon that lot will collapse inwards. And then you're going to get some rubble flying through the air. So more of harbour area. But yeah, just look at that, how that's splitting there. If there's ever another eruption, definitely that's going to collapse. So we're going to check it out from this end. See what it looks like. I don't know whether this is the end point or if you can go further. And of course you've got to watch your footing, there's all rocks sticking out, volcanic rock. Otherwise you're going to go flying like I almost did. So that's where we were earlier. There's people standing there. We're on the opposite end of it now. So take a bit of a rest in the shade there, have a drink of water, see how much further this goes. Just imagine if you had one of those body boards, you could slide down that. The only problem might be the impact at the bottom. I wonder if anyone's ever walked around in there or not. Right, this is the old shepherd's hut here by the looks of it. There's a great cone. It is allowed to stay no longer than 1 hour after the closure of the ticket office. Right, I'm not sure what that means exactly. Alright, we've got people who are selling cold drinks and things here. A place to rest and then continue a bit further, I reckon. Looks like this is the end of the road then. Authorised entry only. So here we have all the items that are up for sale. In case you're interested in purchasing any trinkets, there's a shop right at the end of the trail. They've got all sorts of treasures to buy, as well as snacks and drinks, things like that. And booze, rock samples from Vesuvius. You can buy a whole kit. Fresh juice for €2.50. And other bits and pieces. So that is the end of the line. So if I start heading back now, I'll have time to take a few photos and so on down on the way down. And that's it. That is my trip to Vesuvius. You don't realise how enormous this crater is until you're actually standing on the rim and looking down. It is huge. I mean, it looks big on Google Maps, but there's nothing like seeing it in person. That's when you realise the enormity of it, and just imagine molten lava from there erupting in that whole area. That must have been massive. So that's it from me until the next one. I hope you all stay safe and well, and from Vesuvius, from myself, bye bye for now. Oh well, as I was coming to the car park, my bus pulled out. I'm assuming they all park along here and you catch up with them at some point. If not, it's going to be a long walk back. You did say 4 o'clock on the sign, bus number 5. So yeah, I'll have to see whether he's down there or not, or was it the one that came back up past me?